Hi, I'm Isirabo. Welcome back to my channel. Please like, subscribe, and of course, comment your thoughts. Like, if you have any in the process of watching this video. So, let's go on to today's topic. So, it seems like social media has become an avenue for advertisement or a way to get reach your customers easily or even get new customers. Don't get me wrong, that can be very positive. Like, trust me, I know it's very good, like in terms of business and in terms of helping your new business grow, your small business grow. Well, I've come to notice that increasing manner has started becoming really negative. Why? I've noticed, I don't know if anybody has, that plastic surgery seems to have become something very rampant that you can't escape from right now on social media. It could be in form of YouTube or TikTok videos where people are like show off their post operation body or their results and praise it. It could just be ads on your feed to do so and so procedure, or even more subtly, form of games that teach you how to talk this in or talk that in or change a person's entire appearance for points. I've just been wondering, when did elective plastic surgery become something so normal nowadays, or in an increasing form become something seen as praiseworthy and empowering? First of all, when did electric plastic surgery become something so common? How did this boom happen? So in the 1970s and the 1980s, plastic surgery, that was the first boom of plastic surgery. Celebrities, wealthy people, the rich and the famous, they were under a spotlight basically. So they knew that any imperfections, any little thing they had wrong with their appearance would lead to major dragging in the tabloids. You know how it's even still rampant nowadays. If you are a celebrity or a famous person, it's practically expected that if any little flaw in your appearance, your look, it doesn't even matter, it could be even your lifestyle, will lead to this huge uproar in the media, will lead to this large scale mocking or dragging. But you see, the rich and the wealthy, then the celebrities, they could afford this treatment even though they were expensive. The fact that the treatments were expensive made them a bit exclusive to those people who could afford it in those days. But with the advent of social media, it didn't just become something for the rich and famous. Social media opened up this entire universe, this entire world, where instead of it being maybe just people in your close circle or people you come across day in day out or people that you interact with daily, there was this potential that thousands or millions of people sometimes could see your picture, and equally with the ability to see your picture came the ability that they had to judge you. And of course, directly they would post comments on your Twitter, they could post comments on your Instagram. It became something normal. You can check under any celebrity's post on Instagram. I assure you that you don't have to go past maybe the first 20 comments, you would see a negative comment under there. It has become something so commonplace. So with that came this, should I say, widespread insecurity that okay, these people, that total strangers for that matter, they can see my flaws, they know this is not perfect in my body, and they have the ability to chastise me, they have the ability to mock me or troll me for it. So people started looking for solutions to their problems. Is there, and also apart from that too, there was also this sudden, should I say, the rise of virality, in that there was this chance that if you had the perfect look, if you had if you fit into this particular standard, you also, a boring, completely average person, had could have the opportunity to become a huge celebrity or a star. That was a major draw too for people to go into plastic surgery to try to fit into this standard, with the rise of Instagram models and the rest. let us not lie to ourselves. Like Instagram models, especially right now, they have this particular look. They have the tiny waist, the slim thick. Basically right now, slim thick is the major thing that is in. Racially ambiguous, tiny waist, large hips, big breasts, like basically impossibly curvy. Let me put it like that. They look impossibly like, I don't know what to put it. They look like they have this perfect body shape that people are looking for. So people start feeling like, okay, if these ordinary people too could do these things and also become famous, I too could, even though I don't fit naturally into this aesthetic, I too, if I just get a little work done here or a little work done there, it could broaden my horizons and like make me popular too. These things contributed very much to the rise in like elective plastic surgery and people doing cosmetic surgery here and there, especially when their faves, celebrities that they stand, that they are fans of, or influencers that they are fans of, are going about praising these surgeries and showing off their results and telling you that, oh, you like, a lot of times you know that fan culture can be really unhealthy. And when your celebrity, like this, your favorite celebrity or or influencer is telling you, just do this little thing, you could also look like me, most people tend to fall for it and they tend to like just jump straight into it. Social media also start helping to embed this subliminal message that you people were ugly. That's the thing. You go scroll through your feed, you see posts of beautiful people, different people advertising different procedures that they've had. Some of them, most of them, a lot of them tend to be like undisclosed ads, and you tend to imbibe this message of, oh, if these beautiful people, these rich and wealthy people still had to do these surgeries in order to look beautiful or look perfect or to level up their game, what choice could I possibly have as a perfectly ordinary person if so many people are leveling up their game but I am still remaining the same? It means I could never catch up. It means there must be something wrong with me. It means that, oh, I'm not perfect, I'm ugly in some way, since if these people that I think are beautiful and already like have the perfect lifestyle are still having these procedures, that means I must even be uglier than I thought. And the thing is, they make it seem so normal, they make it seem so something so easy to do, that at the end of the day, a lot of people save up and then money they don't have. They save up money, and instead of spending this money on efficient things like food, housing, no, some people will literally starve for months just to afford these surgeries, to afford to pay for these surgeries. And a lot of people that cannot afford like reputable doctors will go to back alley clinics or like treatment centers, or some would even fly to different countries to go for cheaper alternatives that ended up not working out, like that would just lead to very 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 bad and botched results. Like trust me, just google botched pictures on, like just google botched surgery pictures. And the very very sad thing, like the sad truth that a lot of these fans do not know, is that those, a lot of the times, those celebrities, those influencers that are advertising these surgeries, they did not even have to pay for the surgeries. Like the people who could afford it, they didn't even have to pay, because most of them get these deals of, okay, I'll do this surgery for you for free, and then you post about it or give me a shout out on your like your social media page to draw in more customers. And then you, that you don't have money, that you are barely, like you cannot, you're struggling to afford food, you're struggling to afford rent and basic necessities of life, somebody is advertising to you to do this thousands of dollars worth of surgery, and most of them they fall for it. A lot of the times they fall for it and they end up spending money they don't have on surgeries that they don't need. Like, I'm going to be blunt, most of these surgeries, these people do not need them. And then you fall into this trap of, it's never perfect. you keep doing more and you keep doing more and you keep doing more until a lot of the times most people end up botched. Some even end up botched right from their very first surgery. But most people end up doing more and more risky and riskier procedures. You can see it a lot with BBLs because BBLs are the in thing now, where a lot of influencers, even some YouTubers and people on Instagram, they make posts of their before and after of their BBL, how they have this curvy look. But most of the time, they don't talk about the pain they are in. They don't talk about how hard it is to keep up the results of the procedure, like if it works successfully. And a lot of the times, they also don't talk about how risky these procedures are. BBLs are one of the most deadly, if not the most deadly, of all cosmetic plastic surgeries. But we'll talk about that later. Let's talk about the another fact that annoys me. This push to make plastic surgery seem like it's female empowerment or it's feminist. Plastic surgery is not feminist. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I don't hate to be the bearer of bad news. I'm just going to be blunt. It is not feminist. I think people need to get it into their head that just because something makes you feel good as a woman, or just because something improves your appearance or your sense of worth, it doesn't necessarily make it feminist. It has nothing to do with female empowerment or empowering women in general, and that is a fact of life. Yes, it might empower you personally as a person, but it has nothing to do with the collective ideal of feminism. So get that right. It's very tacky when I see a lot with a lot of products or companies when they try to like pile onto another movement, or they try to piggyback onto another movement in order to benefit from the members of that movement and get them to spend money on your product. That's very tacky and it's very, very, very wrong morally. Let's talk about like more in depth on the bad sides of like just elective plastic surgery. The thing a lot of these sponsored ads don't tell you is that they don't really go in depth into the cost of the surgery. Not just the cost of the surgery, also the cost of the maintenance of the surgery. Most of these surgeries, they are, what is most? In fact, pretty much all of them are expensive, ranging from thousands of dollars to hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is money most people don't have. Let's just be honest. Money most people don't have. And you see people saving up and working multiple jobs just to do surgeries that they feel will better their life. And the sad thing is that the surgeries won't. Because here is the problem. Even according to research, at the end of the day, that one surgery that they do that they feel will make their life better, when they notice that it doesn't have the impact that they thought it would have, is most probably going to lead them to do more in order to feel like to achieve that goal that they've set for themselves, that they are probably never going to achieve, because the problem is the issue is inward. Like the issue has to do with them personally and their feelings. So buying something doesn't matter, just in general. If you are not satisfied with your life, spending money or buying products is not going to change that your sense of like not being satisfied or unsatisfaction at all. Is just not going to do it. So at the end of the day, this empowering feeling that they thought they would get from doing so and so surgery is just not going to come, and then they end up sad and like end up spending more money that they don't even have to try to get that feeling of satisfaction. And they just keep digging the hole deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, and by the time they probably get out of it, they go from looking like a normal human being to sometimes looking like an alien. I'm sorry to say. The thing is, those like sponsored ads don't seem to talk about how painful and deadly those cosmetic surgeries can be. and there's actually a high risk of you getting botched, because the surgeon that, for instance, Kim Kardashian can afford, you most probably cannot afford that same surgeon. So you will be like forced to go with somebody that is less skilled but equally less expensive, and then you increase your risk of leaving that place with maybe one nostril collapsed, or like one breast bigger than the other, or severe scarring. And that's another thing. Severe scarring is another effect of this surgery. So you might live with enter with one issue and then you live with another different issue. You have danger of blood loss, hematoma, nerve injuries, and for the ever popular BBL that everybody seems to be jumping into nowadays, it can lead to fat clotting the blood vessels, and then the person ultimately leading to death. A lot of women, a lot, have died from doing BBLs, but for some reason people don't seem to be like, these YouTubers and influencers and celebrities don't seem to be talking about that fact. They just seem to be talking about the fact that you can get a curvy hips. I feel like getting curvy hips is not an equal exchange for dying. But what do I know? That's the end of this video. Don't forget to like, of course, subscribe if you like me, and comment your thoughts. Tell me whether you disagree with me and you feel like plastic surgery is just no big deal, because I know some people feel like that, but to me, I feel like going under like the knife in quotes and somebody cutting you up and changing you in fundamental ways is not something that should just be done willy-nilly. And even if you must absolutely do it, at least do some, like, do something you can afford, and don't go and change yourself so permanently, and then at the end of the day you end up being very much unsatisfied, and then you are stuck with it and there's nothing you can do.